What?
Nothing right.
Behind us so that we... Oh, record?
Yeah, we're recording. Alright, what's going on everybody? My name is Will Conies. This is my channel and my vlog, but today we're going to do a different type of vlog. Normally I show you guys my life and all the craziness and all that good stuff, but today we're actually going to go over some recovery stuff and recovery tips to help you, you know, keep your body up in top shape, because I get a lot of messages about recovery stuff, and to be honest, I don't know the actual answers, and I'm broken myself, so, you know, it's hard for me to give out this information. So, sitting here with me, I have one of the very few people that is willing to help fix me without too much problem, without too many problems. This is my boy Brian.
Hello.
He works here at EvolveAll. He is a massage therapist as well as a licensed, what's the word?
Massage therapist.
Massage therapist. There you go. I already said it. So
right.
there you go. He does help fix me. He does yell at me at times, but he does help fix me.
I yell at him all the time.
That is true.
He doesn't listen. It's the problem.
I don't, unfortunately. You know, so we're love hate. But let's get down to it. So, Brian.
Yes, Will.
So, some of the biggest things that I get, you know, are injuries when it comes down to like ankle and shin and like, you know, just muscle damage and muscle fatigue. And I mean, I know what works for me at times, you know, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to work for everybody. So let's just go over that a little bit. Like, I know, you know, a lot of triggers, they get shin splints, you know, they sprain or damage ankles and whatnot, and they feel fine after a couple of days, but then they go back to train on it, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. So what's a good way to recover that and still be able to train somewhat effectively if it's not like super bad?
In terms of like your ankle and anything below the knee, I think one of the best things that I have that I use all the time is either a lacrosse ball or some sort of softball, something that gets that lower extremity off of the ground and you're still able to get some work done on it. And everyone knows to work the calf, everyone works the calf. What a lot of people don't know is the muscle that's in front. Actually, can we?
Yeah.
Last time we called it, chicken leg.
Hey,
but
leave my chicken leg alone.
But there's a. I don't know if they can see that. You gotta capture Morgan. So right here, right next to the shin, there's a muscle called your tibialis anterior, right here. And so this muscle is responsible for, is the muscle that is most effective if you roll your ankle, twist it on the outside of it. So this is a muscle that you want to focus on too, because if you think about it, if you're able to drive, this is a muscle that you're contracting a lot and, you know, lifting off the pedal, and you're contracting it way more than you think you are, even in jumping, anything in tricking, driving, all that other stuff, sitting even. So this is a muscle that you really want to take care of. So you can take care of your calves with the lacrosse ball or the softball, but also making sure that you take care of this tibialis anterior in the front as well. But also you want to make sure that you do all aspects of the calf. So a lot of people just go down the middle. So you want to make sure that you go outside laterally and then also inside medially, and make sure that you get the entire calf itself instead of just right down the middle. So that way you can get you know, a well-rounded release of muscle.
Another thing is, and this is something that I definitely need to get better at, is using ice and heat before and after sessions. Not even just for injuries, but just in general for good body recovery. So, what should I do? Like, before our session, I know I should warm my body up, you know, get everything done. But I've also heard that, you know, you could ice your body down before you session and then go into it.
I wouldn't ice your body down before the session. After, for sure. So if you're doing a session and you're feeling good, right afterwards, whether or not you're hurting or sore, it's going to help you in terms of inflammation and things like that. It'll help you be less sore the next couple of days. It helps with recovery. So ice is always best afterwards. Now, an ice pack, sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be great superficially, but if you really want to get into those deeper muscles, ice baths,
Ice
baths.
Yes.
Ice baths are going to be your best bet to be able to. I think my phone went off.
Yeah.
So ice baths are going to be your best bet in terms of inundating the entire area and working on recovery for that area, right? Whole body ice baths are the best, right? They suck, but it's gonna help you out the most, I feel, right? So you can also use heat before you do a session. So if you're injured or something's tight, moist heat is going to be the best. So I had to say it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the best in terms of loosening up a muscle or in terms of being able to get that body part or that area warm to prepare for the session. So heat before, ice after, basically, right?
Okay.
And if you can, again, moist heat is going to be best. One of the things that I normally do with some of my athletes is, even if you don't have a hot water bag or anything like that, you can just take a trash bag, right? Something that you're able to tie off, and then get a damp towel, put it over that area, and then just let it sit on that area, right? So it's going to allow it's going to imitate. So there's a machine called a hydroculator that has sand bags, basically, that sits in hot water. That'll basically replicate, if you put hot enough water in the bag and put a damp towel, it'll replicate the same things that hydroculator and the heat packs from that do. So that's your more efficient way of warming up that muscle. And then again, I think the ice bath is going to be the best bet for you after your session.
Right. Okay. Awesome. And then one more big thing. Because I know everybody uses like lacrosse balls and foam rolling and stuff like that. But what are some areas that you don't want to foam roll, or you don't want to like lacrosse ball, just to kind of like? Because I know like you've told me like the IT band is one thing I should never touch, and then there are some times when like I foam roll and I accidentally hit it. Like, I mean, is that going to give me massive issues, and is it something that I should definitely avoid?
It's not going to give you massive issues. It's not going to be a horrible thing. But basically, the IT band it's an anchor point for at least 4 different muscles, right? So part of your hamstring, part of your quads, and part of your glutes, and then another area called your TFL. So if you release the IT band, and if you loosen it up without loosening those 4 muscles up first, what ends up happening is a loose anchor point with muscles that are tight, and then just causing all sorts of inflammation, the IT band. So you want to release those muscles, your vastus lateralis, biceps femoris, and glutes med and min, and then your TFL. So those are the 4 areas you want to look at first before you even think about releasing your IT band. And again, I would definitely recommend you stay away from your IT band. But also, anytime you're foam rolling, good rule of thumb is, if it's a big muscle like your quad, work half of it first. So work from your knee to mid-quad first, and then roll that out for a minute, 2 minutes, however long you normally do, or for how many rolls you do. Then work the top half, where it's from the top of your, or the bottom of your hip, top of your hip, whatever, to the middle of your quad. And then you can work that muscle out instead of trying to get the entire length of the muscle, and it'll make it easier for you in that sense too. And again, a really good rule of thumb is making sure that you don't roll over any bones, over any attachment points, any bursa like the ones in your hip, things like that. So making sure that you're not going over any parts that are attachment points that could cause more inflammation, cause more pain for you. So again, don't go over the knee. Don't go over the side of the knee, over the elbow, anything like that, with any sort of pressure, because that's just going to, again, increase the inflammation in those areas and cause way more pain than you should be in.
Awesome. All right. So now I know a lot of triggers already know a lot of these different things. Honestly, I did this just for the ones that are just starting out, for the guys that don't necessarily know where to go or don't really have all this information. So, again, take this information, do your own research, find out stuff that works out best for you.
People think they know what they're talking about, and I would suggest doing more research than just the first thing that pops up on Google, right? A lot of the research I do comes from medical journals and things like that. And that's the thing, take everything that I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm not I'm not the end all be all. I'm still learning and still striving to better understand how the human body works, and and there's always new things that pop up, right? I mean, even things with the IT band. A few years ago, it was necessary to teach people how to foam roll the IT band. But again, as research came out, it said, oh no, really, it's these muscles that are affecting it, right? So do your research in that sense of, there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of people who say they know what they're talking about. So continually do more research on how the actual body works and all that other stuff, so you know your own body, like Will said, and making sure that when you do something, right, if it again, another thing that's really good to follow is if you're doing something and it's causing more pain later on. So say your ankle is hurt and you're foam rolling, doing all the things that you should be doing, but it's causing more pain. It's more than likely you're not hitting the right muscle, right? You're not fixing the root of the problem.
If you are in the DMV area and you do need massage work, you're looking into it, this is the man's. This is the man's right here. Here at EvolveAll, as well as the rest of the staff here. I will be putting Brian's Instagram down in the description below, just so that everybody, if you guys have more questions, below. If you guys have more questions, feel free to contact him. Don't blow up his DMs though, because Brian's a busy man.
It's okay. I try to respond.
He tries.
I try.
He tries.
Not successful sometimes.
But he tries.
No, but I mean,
What up?
we're filming.
What?
We're filming right now.
It's okay.
So it's coming
It's
at 3.
alright.
Huh?
Something's coming at 3.
I know, but it's also 3:05.
Alright guys, so as you can see, my camera ran out of battery power, and we actually ended up filling up the card. But if you guys, want to know more, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to hit up my boy Brian. I'm putting his Instagram in the description below, that way you guys can ask him questions and get more information. But if you guys are in the area, please check out EvolveAll. I'll put their Instagram in the description below as well. The massage therapy program is it's great. I mean, I love those guys. They always do a really good job of helping me to get back up to 100%, fixing me up right, keeping me going. Definitely check them out, and then, just if you guys have any questions or if you're in the area, hit them up. Hope you guys enjoyed the information. Hope you guys found it useful. And as always, thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the love. I can continue to bring you guys more, content, more footage, a lot more epic stuff. So, catch you guys later. Peace.